Hey, what's going on, guys? Griffin here, back again with episode 3 of The Rundown. For those of you who this is your first time joining me, The Rundown is essentially where I hop on, do a little solo podcast, and talk about all, I guess you could call it the big things in the world of movie news today. Ooh, don't have my headphones plugged in. But that's essentially what it is, and I talk about them. I give you my thoughts on them, and hopefully you give me your thoughts in the comments section below. All right, so today we got a pretty jam-packed show, I might add. A lot of trailers dropped today. Going to talk about 3 really in particular. Also some pictures from The Last Jedi from that spread that they did in Vanity Fair. That's huge. So a bunch of stuff we're talking about. Obviously, if you clicked on the thumbnail, you know that I'm going to be leading off the show talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. All right, so let's get into this. So Spider-Man Homecoming. We got 2 trailers today, I guess you might add. Hey, Ryan, how's it going, bud? We got 2 trailers today. We got the 3rd domestic trailer, and then we also got an international trailer. Both actually were really, really cool. I dug both of them. I preferred the international trailer because I liked how the international one started out with Tom Holland just kind of like filming himself during the events of Civil War, and I thought that was pretty cool. It was different. It kind of set the tone for the rest of the trailer. And then the other thing that I really, really liked about the international trailer in particular is that we get a lot more from Vulture. We understand his purpose, what he's doing. He's not just a mustache-twirling villain and all that stuff. He feels wronged by Stark because everything has to go back to Stark apparently in the MCU. But then we also see how he gets the technology for his suit, for his weapons. They're former aliens, whatever you call them. The guys from the original Avengers. It's like their old technology, and it makes sense because in this world, we have superheroes. And as a result, because we have superheroes and because we have these epic battles, we're going to get super villains. They're going to spawn super villains. So it's nice that the world is self-aware of the stuff that's going on, and that's kind of how Michael Keaton and his gang become villains, I guess you could say. So yeah, I really, really liked how they showcased that specifically in the international trailer. The domestic trailer was cool too. We see a little bit more of Spider-Man in the suit and all that jazz, but if I'm being honest, it was mainly the international trailer that really, really grabbed me. I will say, though, I think that it showed a little bit too much in both trailers, and I think that's kind of been the problem with these Spider-Man Homecoming trailers, is that I think they just have a tendency to show too much. And we can kind of piece together what's going to happen given what we know so far, but I just think on the whole, if they scale back some of the stuff that we don't need to know, obviously we see that his suit that he puts together, his homemade suit, is definitely something that he gets later on after an incident happens. It would have nice to have been saved that for the actual film, the reveal, because going in, we would all think that the suit that he made is the suit that he has at the beginning of the movie, but anyways, all that aside, I think these are 2 really, really solid trailers. I actually think they might be, specifically the international trailer, I think it's my favorite trailer we've gotten yet from Spider-Man Homecoming. But that's not all we got, guys. We not only got 2 posters for trailer posters. Yeah, I segue into the next thing. We not only got 2 trailers from Spider-Man Homecoming, we got 2 posters as well. And I'm going to pull them up here on the screen for you. There we go. Spider-Man Homecoming posters. One of them I really, really like. The other I think is kind of funny, and it makes me scratch my head as to why they felt the need to do that. Anyways, I'll start with the first one, which is the one that I think is a little ridiculous. It honestly just looks like the poster for Iron Man 4. If you follow us on Twitter, you see that I posted a side-by-side comparison with this poster and the first Iron Man poster. I mean, it just really looks like Spider-Man is taking a backseat in his own movie in this poster. I don't get it. And then I also think it's not necessarily put together that well. There's a lot going on there. We have New York City. We have Washington, D.C. We have Iron Man, Zendaya, the Vulture, Marissa Tomei. I mean, fucking Happy Hogan is on there. it's too much almost, I think, on there. I mean, obviously it gives you a sense that the film is going to be action packed and whatnot, but it's kind of crazy. And just Tony Stark's face there with the explosion going on behind him, it just feels it doesn't feel right. It feels like this should be an Iron Man movie, Iron Man whatever. But the next poster, I love. I think this is a fantastic poster here. We get a look of Spider-Man. Once again, I don't know what Iron Man's doing in there. It seems almost just like unnecessary. I would have preferred the poster had it just had Spider-Man and then the Vulture coming in like that. That's a great action shot. It looks a little cartoony, I will say, and so does the first one. But it gives me a tone for the action and the adventure that's going to be going on in here, and I just think it's a great comic poster overall. Both of these posters are pretty enjoyable, one for a completely different reason, but overall I think that they're all right as far as marketing goes. Specifically, the second one is really, really good. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Spider-Man Homecoming news of the day. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. What did you think of the trailer? Not just the international trailer, but trailer number 3. And then also the posters. What did you guys think? Did you dig these Spider-Man Homecoming posters? Did you not? Do you think that one poster looks like it's an advertisement for Iron Man 4? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, or in the chat board if you are joining me live. All right, moving on to the next topic. And if you clicked on this video, you'll see in the title we have the next topic, and that has to do with Top Gun 2. Something I wasn't really sure was going to happen, but it's happening. Tom Cruise, yesterday, he went on a morning show in Australia, and he basically confirmed that Top Gun 2 is definitely happening. They're working on it, and they might, even begin shooting within a year or so. So that came out of left field. It seemed like Tom Cruise, if you watch the interview, he was really excited about it. I mean, this is a property that, kind of made his career and whatnot. It's not the only one, but it's a contributing factor. And who doesn't love Top Gun? I mean, granted, it is dated. It's definitely an 80s film, and it's got that cheese of an 80s film, but I love Top Gun. It's one of my favorite 80s movies. And so to see a Top Gun 2 is definitely really, really cool. And the fact that they're getting the ball rolling on it for real this time is even more exciting. Well, apparently, according to Variety, the project is going to be set in a world of drone technology, fifth-generation fighters, and it's going to explore the era of dogfighting and stuff like that. And what made the original film so exciting was the dogfight stuff. But it's going to be kind of cool to see this in a modern context, in a modern environment. I don't know if Val Kilmer is going to come back. I really hope he does, even though he's going to look very different than what he looked like in the original Top Gun. But it gets me excited. It's something pretty cool here. And there's also reports coming out from Variety that Joseph Kosinski, who a couple of years ago, or rather when Oblivion came out, which I guess was a couple of years ago, if you were to ask me who one of the best up-and-coming directors in sci-fi was, I would give you the name Joseph Kosinski. I think he's an incredibly underrated director. I loved Tron Legacy. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's a great film. I mean, mainly because I love the lore and stuff like that, but I just really thought that Joseph Kosinski, it made it very clean, slick. His sci-fi, his visuals, everything looks great in that movie, and even the story I happen to enjoy. But then his second film out, Oblivion, I think it got it got shat on a little bit too much. I really did not think it was as bad as some people thought. Once again, that was his first collaboration with Tom Cruise, so seeing him, in the possibility of them collaborating again does excite me, because I think that Joseph Kosinski has an eye for the visuals. He knows how to shoot stuff. I happen to think he's an underrated storyteller. You look at the story for the Oblivion. Maybe you saw it coming, maybe you didn't, but it was an experience that I had in the theaters, and I was like, wow, that was a cool sci-fi film. It was kind of original. It had borrowed some stuff from 2001: Space Odyssey and whatnot, but I thought overall it was a really enjoyable movie, and I liked it. So the possibility of them teaming up again does excite me, and from what I know, it was, and according to Variety, it was Kosinski's vision for Top Gun 2 that really won over Tom Cruise and got him excited about the project. So if Joseph Kosinski has an idea here that got Tom Cruise excited enough to want to jump on board and do Top Gun 2, it must be good. I trust the guy. I think, like I said, I think he's underrated. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, that's all that we really got on Top Gun 2. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Top Gun 2? Do you think it's a little too late? I happen to think it's a little too late, but I also think that, it's Top Gun. People are going to go out and see it regardless because they're fans of the franchise. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on Top Gun 2 in the comment section below or in the chat board if you are watching us live. All right, moving on to the next topic here, which has to do with The Last Jedi and the giant coverage that Vanity Fair did in their recent issues. If you've seen any of the pictures, which I'm sure you have, they've been circling the internet for a couple days now, this is our first really in-depth look at The Last Jedi. I mean, other than that trailer, and I'm going to pull up the picture of Rey here. Look at that. That's badass. That's Rey holding a lightsaber. It's obviously her training and stuff like that. I don't know if this is a still from the movie. I don't know if this was a picture that they just put together for the magazine, but this is awesome. This is stuff that I love to see. I happen to think that, Vanity Fair did a great job with these pictures. It gets us more intrigued. It shows us a little bit more of what we're going to get in The Last Jedi. And if you just hold on a second, I'm going to transition over into some more pictures, which I happen to think are just so touching. That picture right there of Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. What more can you ask for? I mean, that's just beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. So these pictures are going to cycle along. Right here we have our first look at Laura Dern's character. Don't really know a whole lot about her, but she's going to be in the movie. She's a newcomer. I'm excited to see what happens with her. But the next character, and you'll just wait a few minutes. There we go. Benicio del Toro. He's playing a character named DJ. Apparently he's kind of shifty, is what the little logline says, or tag says underneath his picture. It gets me interested. Is he going to be a bounty hunter? I thought he was going to be someone a little bit more substantial and a bounty hunter, but I guess he looks kind of like in that sort of role. So it gets me thinking, are they going to pull an Empire Strikes Back where they bring in some bounty hunters to track down the Resistance or Rey or something like that? Is that the kind of bad guy, the villain that what's his face, Benicio del Toro is going to play? Or is it not? I don't know. It gets me very intrigued, though, and it's really cool because it's our first look at these characters. What more can you ask for? All this stuff just looks great. I'm digging it. If you're a fan of Star Wars, you should be digging it too. And all this is doing is getting you more amped for The Last Jedi, as it should be. So yeah, those are the pictures from The Last Jedi. I'm really a fan. I'm even more intrigued by Benicio del Toro's character than I was not having looked at these pictures, because at least I have some sort of context as to what kind of a character he's going to play. I don't think he's going to be a force wielder based off of that picture. Actually, I saw a few comments that it was like, what is this, Blade Runner? Is he Deckard or something like that? He looks like a Blade Runner. It's pretty funny. Anyways, all right. So if you have not checked out the article by Vanity Fair, definitely go read it. It's a very, very interesting read. They break down some nice points there. Excuse me. They talk about Carrie Fisher and whatnot and how they're going to honor her. All that good stuff. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on the pictures. And if you've read the article on The Last Jedi, let me know your thoughts and opinions on that as well, either in the chat board or in the comments section below. All right, moving on to our last topic of the day. This kind of breezed through this. I thought it was going to be a lot longer than it actually is going to turn out to be. But the last topic of the day has to do with a trailer. And it's for a movie, naturally. And I got to say, I've been all right with the trailers for this movie. I haven't been 100% on board. I've been intrigued. But this trailer that got released today sold me. 100% sold me. I thought this was a brilliant trailer, and this is the newest trailer for Luc Besson's Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets. Man, I'll tell you what, this trailer really blew me away. I was seriously impressed. It looks like the live-action adaptation of Mass Effect that I have wanted for, ever. I mean, it is so cool. And the thing I loved about this trailer is that it was world building. It showed you the world. We've already gotten a little bit of the plot through the previous trailers, and even a little bit in this. I mean, it's basically Agent Valerian and Cara Delvine, or I don't know how you say her last name. Anyways, it was basically them, going to stop some evil force or something like that. But this trailer, we see a little bit more of the world that Luc Besson has created, and obviously it's based off of a graphic novel, so there is stuff to go off of. But it feels a lot like The Fifth Element, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of, but regardless, it feels a lot like The Fifth Element mixed with Mass Effect. And the visuals also, for whatever reason, just give me a little bit of an Avatar vibe, maybe because they're so vibrant. But yeah, I gotta say, this trailer was great. They've got that orchestral version of Gangsta's Paradise. It's great stuff in there. I was incredibly impressed with this. I think that this is going to turn a lot of people onto the film, because I'm really not 100% sure how many people are interested in this film. I happen to think it's probably going to be one of the biggest bombs of the summer. I hope it's not, because it's, technically speaking, an original sci-fi, even though it's based off of source material. And it just looks different. It looks interesting. It's not something that we're getting every day. So, you take that into account. I also think it might, end up being a Pacific Rim type scenario. If it doesn't bomb, I think it might be a big surprise hit. And I hope that's the case, because I want to keep seeing more of these films, and I think that if Valerian does well, we will see more. And maybe if Valerian does well, we'll see more in this franchise. Who knows? I was very, very thoroughly impressed with that trailer, though, I gotta admit. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the new trailer for Valerian, A City of a Thousand Planets, in the comment section below or in the chat board. If you're with me live, which it only seems like one of you is, thank you to that one person who watches me live every time. I appreciate you very much. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go see Baywatch here, so you can expect a review for that up within, a day or two. Very, very excited for that. It's actually, believe it or not, this is going to sound really pathetic. Aside from King Arthur, but I already saw it. It was my most anticipated of May, and it's getting really shit reviews. So hopefully that turns out to be a good film. I'll make my own opinion and share my thoughts with you afterwards. All right, well, if you like this video, be sure to like it, share it with all your friends, your movie news loving friends, and all that jazz. I'm sure they'll get something out of this. And then also, why don't you take this time to subscribe to our YouTube channel? We post movie reviews weekly. We also do stuff like this. I like to do this every other day, every couple of days. Who knows? It might be my last one for the week. We'll see what happens, but if you are a fan of this, then let me know. I love any feedback you're able to give me. Go check out some of our other videos, and then also be sure to like Men vs. Movies on Facebook and follow us on Twitter simply by searching Men v. Movies. And lastly, guys, if you like me specifically and you like what I have to say, oh dear, this is not working out. There we go. Almost lost something there. All right, if you like me specifically and you like what I have to say, guys, you can always give me a follow on Twitter at Griff Schiller. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Rundown. Until next time, take care.